Okay, Vinod sir and Shravan sir, shall we start?
Yes, sir. मैं start कर रहा हूँ ना.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, respected officials, faculty member, and dear student. You are welcome to the webinar Master of the Art Communication. We have dynamic, energetic and experienced speaker Dr. Salini Singh among us. She is PhD in management. She is PhD in management from BIT Mesa Ranchi, MBA from XIS Ranchi, where he is awarded with gold medal, and he has a scholarship worth 50,000 from Ratan Tata Trust. Presently, she is HOD of Management CIT Ranchi since 11 years. Besides this, he is also have responsibility of Program Officer 2015, Professor in charge of CIT of Newsletter, Public Information Officer CIT 2012. She has more than 10 years of mentoring and teaching experience, having more than 50 publications in national, international journal and 2 book chapters. She has also presented more than 50 research papers in conference seminar and awarded with paper award in international conference. Now I am requesting you, ma'am, enlighten us with art of communication. Go ahead, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vinod sir. A very good afternoon to everybody present here. As sir is already, am I audible to everybody?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir has already introduced me. I am Dr. Shalini Singh, Head Department of Management from Cambridge Institute of Technology. And it's a pleasure for me to have all of you here as participants of this talk on mastering the art of education, of communication. I also thank the distinguished members of the organizing committee of ARKA JAIN University for organizing this webinar and to give me an opportunity to present my views on this topic. I will try to make this session interactive and meaningful so that all of us can be benefited. Since we have to cover many things within this limited time frame provided by this electronic platform, so straight away let's move to the topic so that we can have maximum exchange of thoughts. I request all of you to please mute yourself and keep a pen and paper with yourself so that you can write your queries and or suggestions, and which I'll address at the end of the session. We say youth is power, and youth has the ability to do anything and everything, only if you believe in yourself. We all want to be successful in all spheres of our life. We want success for our peers, parents, or maybe for ourselves. But success comes with 3 things. A, confidence. B, trust in oneself. And most importantly, a great personality. Now, let's understand as to what personality is. बहुत समय हमें ऐसा लगता है कि personality का मतलब होता है जैसे हम दिखते हैं. But it's not true. Personality, it refers to an individual's characteristic, style, behavior, mindset, what is his attitude towards life, and the way he perceives things, and the way he sees the world. It is not merely your external looks, but your character, behavioral traits, and basically your attitude towards life. Personality actually distinguishes one person from the other. And each individual is identified by his personality. ये आपको एक अलग पहचान देता है और आपको औरों से अलग करता है. Now, what is personality development? The process of enhancing one's personality refers to personality development. Personality development not only makes you look good and presentable, but also helps you in facing the world with a smile. it actually makes you shine in a bunch of people. बहुत सारे लोग हैं, आपकी एक अलग पहचान बन पाती है, किस वजह से? आपके सिर्फ एक पर्सनालिटी की वजह से। आपको कई पहलुओं पर यह मदद करता है, जैसे कि अच्छा दिखना, आकर्षक दिखना, और मदद करता है ताकि आप दुनिया का सामना एक मुस्कुराहट के साथ कर सकते हैं। Now, let me introduce you to another term, that is personality grooming. Grooming से हम क्या समझते हैं? Grooming का अर्थ होता है किसी चीज को संवारना, राइट? तो जब आप पर्सनालिटी ग्रूमिंग की बात करते हैं तो आप अपने व्यक्तित्व को संवारते हैं, मतलब कि आप अपने अंतरात्मा और अपने बाहरी स्वरूप में एक परिवर्तन करते हैं। Each individual has a distinct personality. Everybody is identified by his or her personality, but that's not the end. You can develop it, you can polish it, and you can refine it. आप जैसा आपका पर्सनालिटी है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप अगर उस पर मेहनत ना करें तो उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट, उसमें सुधार या उसमें बदलाव होगा। There is always a scope for development. It's polishing and you can refine it. When you groom your personality, then it changes you totally. आपका पूरे व्यक्तित्व में निखार आ जाता है। The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you look, मतलब कि एक पॉजिटिव परिवर्तन, एक सकारात्मक परिवर्तन जिसको हम कहते हैं। These are some of the reasons that are presented before you as to why do we require to groom our personality. It boosts your confidence, it improves your communication, your language speaking abilities, it widens your scope of knowledge, it helps you learn fine etiquettes and manners. And as I said just now, it helps you to groom yourself in the way you talk, walk, and a total positivity it brings in yourself, right? Why do we need to groom ourselves? Because the first impression that is actually created in the first, it takes just 5 to 10 seconds and an impression of yours is created in the person, in the mind of the other person. When you are facing an interview, for example, or making a public appearance for the first time, you need to give an impression that you are very competent. Competent means आप बहुत सक्षम हैं, you are very knowledgeable. Knowledgeable मतलब आप जानकार हैं, and you are a true professional, right? That is why we need to groom our personality. As we say, first impressions are the best impressions. They are the lasting impressions that stays in the mind of the receiver. So we need to groom our personality. Now, here I'm giving you certain tips with the help of which you can groom your personality, you can develop your personality. Grooming एक शब्द है which actually means संवारना, and development and grooming are more or less synonymous. Okay. Now, firstly, I'll discuss one by one each of these. Firstly is smile. We all know that nothing works better than a big smile when it comes to interacting with people around you, right? Do not forget to flash your $1 trillion smile quite often. And believe me, it works. We all know that smile is a curve that sets everything straight, right? So a smiling face wins even the toughest of soul. And I believe there is no point that when you are sitting in a meeting or interacting with a person, then you are grimacing or frowning, or you are showing that you are unhappy there. So you can actually better express what you are saying when you are smiling. So मतलब क्या है इसका, कि अगर आपका हंसमुख चेहरा है तो शायद आपका एक बिगड़ता हुआ काम भी बन जाएगा, right? Secondly, think positive. Now, what is that? There is, wherever you are, in whatever situation you are, there is always a light at the end of very dark tunnel, in fact, right? So you should never ever think negative, as it not only acts as a demotivating factor, but also makes an individual dull and frustrated. Just don't get upset over minor things. Be a little flexible and always look at the broader aspects of life. we all are familiar with this very known quote of management, known example of management, wherein we say कि एक glass पानी अगर आधा भरा हुआ है, तो a positive thinker, आधा अगर उसमें पानी है, तो एक positive thinker will always say that it is half full, and the others will say it is half empty, आधा खाली है. So you have to develop that positive thinking. Then dress sensibly. Dressing sensibly and smartly goes a long way in shaping your personality. One needs to dress according to the occasion. Now just imagine a female who is going to a party or a discotheque or a pub, right? And she is wearing a sari there. Sari is a very good outfit. We all know that. But wearing it to a nightclub or a pub or a discotheque doesn't make sense. Maybe she's wearing a very, very expensive sari, but price has nothing to do with smart dressing. An individual who is well dressed and is obviously respected and liked by all. No one would take you seriously if you do not wear suitable clothes fitting with occasions, right? So you should always wear dress that suits the occasion. And you should wear such an outfit that suits you. You know, you cannot look very impressive in such body-hugging clothes which are not fitting to you. You will look very odd and awkward. You can apply minimal makeup if the situation permits, right? Then be soft-spoken. You should always not try to find fault amongst others. Fighting and quarreling leads to no solution. Be polite with others. Be very careful of what you speak. Avoid being rude and short-tempered, right? Then leave your ego behind. An individual needs to hide his ego everywhere he goes, be it office or workplace. You need to leave your ego behind if you wish to win appreciation of others. Then avoid backbiting. You know, backbiting and criticizing people are very, very negative traits, which works against an individual's personality. You should learn to appreciate others. If somebody has done an extraordinary task, you should never ever forget to give a pat on his back. Just appreciate him once, and you will see that he will talk good about you even behind your back. Even if you're not there, he will still talk good of you. So dishonesty, cheating, lies, it just tarnishes your image. Then confidence. Confidence is the key to a positive personality. Exude confidence and positive aura wherever you go. And one more very important point, that is, you should be always a patient listener. Never interrupt when others are speaking and try to imbibe the good qualities of others. So these are some of the tips that I personally wanted to share with you, which can actually help you to groom or polish your personality. Now, these are the external aspect that definitely needs to be taken care of. And this I have put for a male. It similarly and accordingly, it will go for a lady as well, right? You know, you can see here it's trimmed haircut, then clean shaved, warm smile, a confidence that is, you can see in the on the face of this gentleman. Then formal dressing, a firm handshake is given here. Okay, in the present situation, in the current pandemic situation that we are in, obviously namaste would be a better option, but still, and a very correct body posture. So this actually grooms your personality, and it makes you look good and stand away from the crowd. Now, one very important aspect of the personality development is communication skills. Good communication skills are the key to success. See, good communication skills can actually do what? You can encourage a person or you can discourage a person. You can inspire or you can instigate. You can do or undo. It can harm or it can heal. It can make or it can unmake. So now it is your decision whether you want to think and speak or you want to speak and then think. It is your choice. What is communication? First, let us try to understand as to what is communication. The exchange of ideas, thoughts, or information between two or more people with the use of either you can use words, you can use letters, you can use symbols, or non-verbal behavior. Non-verbal behavior means the gestures, right? So you can actually exchange of thoughts, ideas, expressions, whatever you have, you have to send it to the other person. You are the sender. There is one person receiver, and you have to transmit your ideas to the other person. How? With the help of communication. You can exchange ideas. Communication से हम क्या करते हैं? हम अपनी बात दूसरों तक पहुंचाते हैं, right? Effective communication leads to a better person, and having a strong personality makes us use communication effectively. This both factors are indirectly interdependent, right? These factors teach us how to be a better person with our charisma and social skills. हमारे पास अच्छी पर्सनालिटी के लिए हमको कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स हमेशा अच्छा करना पड़ेगा. That is mandatory. That I can say is the building block, right? Effective communication skills can play a crucial role in shaping one's personality. It helps individuals to express themselves in the most convincing way. Your thoughts, your feelings, and knowledge should be passed on in the most desirable manner, and effective communication skills help you in the same. It helps you to transmit your feelings, your thoughts, and your knowledge. So here I have written, you can see in front of you the slides, that communication, it helps individuals to express themselves in the most convincing way. People with great communication skills tend to have a better and impressive personality. Why? Because those who don't have good communication skills, जिनके पास communication skills अच्छी नहीं होती है, वो उनको लगता है कि लोगों के सामने आने से उनसे बात करना मेरे लिए एक it's a big issue, it's a big problem. Why? Because I have difficulty in interacting. I cannot express. तो वो हमेशा एक स्टेज दूसरों से नीचे होते हैं. Why? Because they know that they cannot express themselves. Their thoughts, they cannot effectively transmit their thoughts, and so it becomes difficult for them to build a strong bond between people, among individuals, right? So this is the importance of effective communication. People with great communication skills tend to have a better and impressive personality. Here I have outlined the importance of communication. Why is communication important? Communication skills, they are needed to inspire confidence. It builds respect. It helps make friends, and it reveals your ability to others. It develops a distinct personality. It shares ideas, informations, and it helps in influencing others. For example, if you are negotiating with a shopkeeper just to reduce the price, or you have in a meeting, in a professional meeting, you have to convince the other person that about any position, any stand that you are in, you want to convince the other person about that. Then what do? You influence the other party. And if you have a strong hold over your communication skills, then definitely you can easily influence the other person. Then it helps you express feelings of either being happy or sad or whatever situation you are in. So this is actually the importance of a good communication skill. As I said just now, people are influenced, problems are solved, changes are facilitated, excellent relationships can be developed, and desired results are achieved. In short, we can say success is ensured. So, as I said in my previous slide, the key to success is having good communication skills. So now all the participants who are here, I guess with all this backdrop, now all of us can get motivated to improve our communication skills, right? Everybody should work hard to improve your communication skills. It can both enhance, enrich relationships, both at work and at home. So now, why not we do something to improve our communications? See, right in front of you, you can see communication. It has, what are the ingredients or what are the constituents? What is there in front of you? It is actually come out from a research of Harvard University that communication, it includes 55% body language, 38% tonality of voice. Tonality of voice means the modulation. मॉड्यूलेशन मतलब आप कैसे बोलते हैं, कब आपका स्वर ऊपर जाता है, कब नीचे जाता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड टोनैलिटी ऑफ वॉइस. एंड जस्ट 7% ऑफ द वर्ड्स दैट यू यूज. ठीक है, होता क्या है कि हम लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत भारी भरकम शब्द अगर हम इस्तेमाल करेंगे, we'll have a very strong vocabulary. जब हम बात कर रहे हैं बड़े बड़े शब्द अगर हम बोलेंगे तो I can say that I have very good communication skill. No, absolutely wrong. What you need is simple communication. You need to convince the other party. You need to just express yourself to the other person. There is no need that you have to use very big, strong and such words that go out of the other person's mind, right? तब communication होगा ही नहीं. Secondly, एक और बात मैं यहाँ कहना चाहती हूँ कि communication never ever means, हम लोग हमेशा ऐसा सोचते हैं कि if you are communication means in English. अगर हम इंग्लिश बोल सकते हैं तो हमारा अच्छा कम्युनिकेशन स्किल है, अगर नहीं बोल सकते हैं तो नहीं है. नो, नॉट एट ऑल. इन द इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट व्हाट आई वुड से, हिंदी और इंग्लिश बोथ आर इक्वली एक्सेप्टेबल. आप व्हाट पॉइंट इज हियर इज दैट यू शुड बी फ्लुएंट. आपको धारा प्रवाह बोलना है, आपको अच्छा बोलना है, कन्विंसिंगली बोलना है. आप हिंदी में बोलें या इंग्लिश में बोलें, दोनों सही है. Regional language I will not use here. Why? Because maybe the other party will not understand your regional language. So we should either stick to Hindi or we should stick to English. Now let me introduce you to another concept of communication which we call the 7 C's of communication. ठीक है, ये जो 7 C's हैं, ये this actually is a concept that will help you build your good communication skills throughout life. सबसे पहला, the first one is considerate. Considerate का मतलब होता है विचारशील. So you should always use a positive, humble language, anticipating listeners' reaction. You should understand your receiver's background and mindset, then only you should communicate. If you are talking to a very high official of a company, then you know how you have to talk. Then you should know how you have to talk. अगर आप किसी गांव के व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं तो आप उसका माइंडसेट को समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. माइंडसेट का मतलब मेरा यहाँ पे है कि उसका IQ लेवल क्या होगा और आप उस तरीके से उससे बात करें, right? You should always be considerate. Number 2, concrete. You should always use particular or specific facts, without general statements. Use concrete words. That should be particular and to the point, right? When your statements are concrete, then it leads to correct interpretation of your communication. So ठोस, concrete का मतलब होता है ठोस. आप वेग बातें, बिना किसी आधार के की गई हुई बातें, वो कभी भी अच्छे कम्युनिकेशन में नहीं आती है. Then concise. Concise का मतलब होता है संक्षिप्त. It should be to the point, it should be brief, and it should be using exact exact and least words. You should avoid being repetitive or then courteous. Courteous means विनम्रता. जब आप बात कर रहे हो तो you should have a friendly, honest and polite communication. You should not use very aggressive tones. Be tactful while communicating. Okay, then clear यानी कि स्पष्ट, हम लोग सब समझते हैं. Your communication should be simple and easy to understand. No unfamiliar words, no assumptions, no confusion. Or you can give examples for the other person. It will help the other person to understand. And correct means it should have valid facts or information, no spelling mistakes and such things. Then complete यानी जो चीज आपको पूरा करे. It should have all the required information. You should be able to provide all necessary information so that you can convey all the facts that are required by the audience. So these are the 7 C's of communication, which can actually help you to build up your communication skills. Now, once again, some useful hints for improving communication. Number 1, we've discussed this earlier. Make sure that your body language, your words and tonality are congruent. Now, what does this mean? It means that आप जैसे बोल रहे हैं, आप जो शब्द इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और जैसे आपका वॉइस मॉड्यूलेट कर रहा है, आप गुस्से में बोल रहे हैं, आप जल्दी जल्दी बोल रहे हैं या आप कैसे बोल रहे हैं, उस चीज, ये तीनों चीज एक ही चीज को कन्वे करना चाहिए. Right? If you are saying, for example, I am not feeling well, and you are looking very energetic, okay, and the way you are saying, वो लग रहा है कि आप बहुत एनर्जी के साथ आप बोल रहे हैं. तो if you will say to the teacher that I'm not feeling well, obviously the teacher will not take it convincingly. ठीक है? Then, secondly, maintaining eye contact. When you maintain eye contact मतलब देख करके, सामने देख करके बात करना, तो उससे क्या होता है? It shows an expression of interest. Okay, that you are interested in the other person. आप सामने किसी से बहुत important बातचीत चल रही है और आप नीचे अपने फोन में लगे हुए हैं, तो it gives a very bad impression. So that should not be there. Then improve your voice culture. Voice culture का मतलब क्या हुआ? That the way you are speaking, it should sound interesting to the other person. It should not look boring without any tone. आप एक सिरे से बोले चले जा रहे हैं, तो what will happen? The other person will lose interest. Then be positive, precise and clear. Okay. For example, if you have to say somebody that don't forget to complete the work by tomorrow. Instead of saying this, if you say, please remember to complete the work by tomorrow. बात आपने वही कही, लेकिन just with the change of 2 words, it makes a lot of difference to the receiver. Then, communication must appeal to the mind and heart. मतलब कि ये आपके दिल और दिमाग दोनों को छूना चाहिए, right? Then, good listening skills should be there. इसका मतलब क्या है? जब तक आप सुनेंगे नहीं, तब तक आप समझेंगे नहीं, और जब तक आप समझेंगे नहीं, तब तक आप अच्छे से बात नहीं कर पाएंगे. लिसनिंग स्किल्स एक बहुत ही एसेंशियल चीज होती है जो आपका आधार रखता है फॉर गुड कम्युनिकेशन, राइट? देन वेल टाइम्ड पॉजेस गिव टाइम फॉर एक्सप्लेनेशन, इवेल्युएशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ थॉट. रुक करके, कहाँ रुकना है, कितना देर रुकना है, उससे प्रभाव पड़ता है. एक बोलते चले जाना विदाउट एनी कॉमा, फुल स्टॉप और एनी पॉजेस इन बिटवीन, इट विल मेक इट मोनोटोनस, बोरिंग हो जाता है सामने वाले के लिए, और वो फिर एक इफेक्टिव स्पीकर नहीं रह पाता है. देन एम्पैथाइज विद द रिसीवर ऑफ द मैसेज. एम्पैथाइज का मतलब होता है कि आप उससे सहानुभूति रखें. दैट मीन्स सहानुभूति रखने का यहाँ मतलब ये है कि यू शुड पुट योरसेल्फ इन द अदर पर्सन्स पोजीशन, राइट? तभी आप उसके तक अपनी बात को कन्वे कर पाते हैं. एंड लास्टली, कीप द कम्युनिकेशन सिंपल. जितना आसान रखेंगे, नो टेस्ट ट्विस्ट्स एंड टर्न्स, एंड सिंपल सेंटेंसेस, छोटे सेंटेंसेस में आप जब बात करते हैं, then it makes your communication very simple, right? So these are some of the points that can help you actually to achieve what I said before this, the 7 C's of communication, right? Now, coming to another aspect, etiquette. जो सामने आपके लिखा है, that is etiquette. Now, what is etiquette? Etiquette का मतलब हम लोग समझते हैं शिष्टाचार, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं, ठीक है? The forms and practices that are prescribed by social convention or by authority. मतलब कि एक ऐसा आपका the way you behave which is socially acceptable, which is acceptable by the society, your mannerisms, your behavior, शिष्टाचार जिसको हम कहते हैं, उसको हम कहते हैं etiquette. I am talking about here is professional etiquette. Why? Because basically we have to deal with workplace, जहाँ हम लोग हमेशा रहते हैं, mostly रहते हैं. So we are talking about professional etiquette. Now, why is it important? Important because, as you can see in front of you, it is important because it avoids your workplace tension. अगर सब लोग शिष्टाचार मेंटेन करेंगे, सब लोग अच्छे से रहेंगे, तो जो आपके वर्क प्लेस में जो एक अननेसेसरी स्ट्रेस, टेंशन का माहौल रहता है, वो एकदम रिलीज हो जाएगा. It helps you avoid misunderstandings. Maybe you have something in your heart, but while presenting yourself, the way you are presenting yourself, maybe that is not showing properly. और उसकी वजह से एक मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हो सकता है. अच्छा सोच रहे हो, लेकिन आपका बॉडी लैंग्वेज वो नहीं बता रहा है, तो आप क्या समझ में आएगा सामने वाले को, दैट ही इज वेरी एरोगेंट. ठीक है, तो ये मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग क्रिएट करता है. देन एम्प्लॉइज जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन को बढ़ाता है. ऑब्वियसली इट हेल्प्स, इफ एवरीथिंग इज गुड एट योर वर्क प्लेस, देन इट विल हेल्प यू इंक्रीज योर प्रोडक्टिविटी. इट विल हेल्प यू गेट द जॉब डन, and most importantly, it will make your workplace a happy and a very stress-free place. इसके लिए आपको बस 3 चीजों की जरूरत है, which we call the 3 B's. Be kind, be courteous, and be respectful. Kind, उदारता रहे आप में. You should be विनम्रता और विनीत जिसको कहते हैं. अगर ये 3 चीजें रहेंगी तो आप you can have a happy and a very active workplace. How does etiquette benefit you? It differentiates you from other people. It enables you to be confident in a variety of settings. It honors commitment to excellence and quality, and it modifies distracting behaviors and develops admired conduct. Okay, so आपको औरों से अलग करता है. It helps you to climb up the ladder. सक्सेस की सीढ़ी चढ़ने के लिए आपको बहुत मदद करता है, बहुत जरूरी होता है. बिलीव मी, अगर आप में शिष्टाचार है, अगर आप में यू आर फुल विद प्रोफेशनल एटिकेट, देन इट विल हेल्प यू टू अचीव सक्सेस इजीली. बिकॉज everything is not your technical knowledge or your subject knowledge is not enough. You need to have etiquette. Some of the things that we need to consider here are, which I'll be discussing one by one, etiquette basics, professional appearance, okay, office etiquette, your dining and table manners, and your body language. First thing that I want to discuss here is the etiquette basics. I will be dealing very briefly with all these because these themselves are separate topics and we need to have separate sessions for each of them. But very briefly, I'll be just dealing with them. So what are etiquette basics? You know, you should always exhibit, you should always show a very positive attitude and a pleasant demeanor. Means you should all, आपका आचरण जो है हमेशा एक पॉजिटिविटी फैलाना चाहिए. आसपास हमेशा सबको लगे कि ये एक पॉजिटिव इसका ये है. You should always use a firm handshake. Okay? किसी से भी आप जब मिलते हैं, आप हाथ मिलाते हैं, the way you shake hands with the other person says a lot of things about you. You should maintain good eye contact. Then, like when you're speaking with somebody, this is a basic etiquette. You should always use appropriate introductions. For example, like Miss, Mr., Mrs., yeah, or Doctor. If you speak with the other person with proper, these introductions, it makes a lot of difference. Then you should always rise when you are introducing someone, or you're being introduced by someone. You should just stand up, even if a bit, but still you should stand up. Non-verbal communication is also very important. Your gestures or the way you behave, the way you express yourself. आप बात कर रहे हैं, जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा, सामने वाला आपसे बात कर रहा है and you're just fidgeting with yourself, or you are not looking at the other person, you are looking at your mobile phone. So distracts the other person.
उधर कोई और बुड्ढी तेरी जिंदगी में इसी में नहीं निकल जाएगी. तो ये नीचे रखा है चार्जर.
Kindly mute yourself. Kindly participants, mute yourself. So these are the etiquette basics. Then your professional appearance. Appearance जो है etiquette में बहुत ज़्यादा important role play करता है, which includes your clean hair, their style properly, your nails are clean, skin, teeth is also clean, and you can wear makeup if required. You should check the fragrance of your perfume. That is also important. And a professional business wardrobe. See here, when you are professionally dressed, maybe a Western attire, maybe Indian attire, but this can be your professional wardrobe that you should be having. Office etiquette. Let's deal with some of the points. As earlier I told you, they themselves are full chapters, full sessions they require, but still I'll be summing up. Office etiquette means the way you talk over telephone or the way you present yourself while attending a meeting. You should always, while talking over phone, you should always be prepared. You should always plan your conversation beforehand as to what you're going to say. Such things, when you're talking over the phone and you are using yeah, okay, and such things, then it doesn't sound very good to the listener. Use simple English, pronounce clearly and properly. Greet the caller and always identify yourself or your business. And also use good listening skills. So even such small things make a mark while in the office. For example, if somebody is exchanging business cards with you, ठीक है, वो अपना business card आपको देते हैं या आप उनको देते हैं, तो जब आप उनका business card लेते हैं, तो for 5 seconds also आप उसको लें, उसको पढ़ें, दिखाएं कि आप उसको पढ़ रहे हैं, even if you are not interested, but still you show that. तो उससे क्या होता है, सामने वाले को लगता है कि ये मेरे को respect दिखा रहा है, because business cards बहुत important होता है किसी के लिए and it speaks a lot. So by that you show respect to the other person. Like attending a meeting, you should always be on time. You should listen carefully. And when your turn comes, you should always be concise and articulate when speaking. मतलब ये नहीं कि कुछ भी बोलते चले जा रहे हैं, at a stretch लंबा बोल रहे हैं. It should not be like that. See, here are some professional dining basics. Like if you get an opportunity to dine with your professional colleagues or your seniors, then you should always arrive on time for lunch or dinner or whatever it is planned for. You should bring food to your mouth, not your head to your plate. Like you should generally pass food to the right. You should wait until everyone has been served. If you want, I can share with you these basics, these dining basics, separately, because they are many and it requires quite a long discussion over it. Proper posture is important. And then say words like please and thank you. Even if you are having dinner or lunch, if something is served to you, you should always say thank you. And then while dining, there are small conversations or small talks that are appropriate. You can discuss, over some books or sports or weather, food, ये सब बातें जब आप करेंगे खाने के टेबल पे तो इट साउंड्स प्रोफेशनल, इट साउंड्स गुड. Then lastly, the most important is your body language. Your body language actually helps the other person, as I can say, or you are judged by your body language by the others. They can make assumptions about you, right? The way you stand, the way you sit, the way you use your arms when talking, the amount of eye contact you use. Okay, you should not, and there are certain things which you should always avoid. Don't slouch or keep your feet on the floor, or don't gesticulate too much. यानी इशारा, बहुत सारा इशारा ना करे इधर उधर. You know, you are tapping your foot while sitting in front of somebody, or you're rocking legs, you know, drumming fingers, जो उंगली बजाते हैं, you're biting your nails. All this gives a very, very bad impression. Or when you are entering a room, जब आप इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो मान लीजिए you're carrying a book or papers and you're holding it across your chest. आप उसको सामने से ऐसे पकड़ के खड़े हैं या लेकर के एंटर कर रहे हैं, तो it gives a very bad impression on the interviewer, right? So body language is actually, it helps the other person judge you. So these are some of the tips that I wanted to share with you. Although I have shared these tips very briefly, but still, if I could, I just wanted to communicate these things to you, that these are very small things, but it makes a lot of difference and a lot of impact. So these things should be kept in your mind while communicating, while meeting somebody, while appearing for an interview, making a public appearance, or whatever it is, right? So with this, I conclude my session, and hoping that I could give some inputs which can help you improve your personality. So now we can, I think, proceed. Organizers. Yes, Vinod sir. We can proceed to the question answer session now.
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. I chat box में question होगा उसको. I am requesting to participant, please put your question to ma'am.
Stop share. If participants have any question to put, or any queries, or anything that they could not understand, please you can come forward. Please you can ask.
Ma'am, we can see in chat box. One question is here. How is communication skill changing?
How is communication skill changing in this lockdown period? Okay. See, the skill remains the same. एक art hai, it will always remain the same. Okay. Just the point here is, for example, small things like I said, handshake karna, and these, because now we are moving into a virtual mode. इसीलिए थोड़ा सा चेंज हमको लग रहा है कि चेंज हो रहा है, since we are moving into a virtual world, but still the point still remains the same. Communication is an art wherein you need to express, आपको अपनी बात को दूसरे तक पहुंचाना है, बस, that is all. So communication will forever remain the same. We have a question from Muhammad Sajjad. He says, how can person control their tonality? It is all about practice. It is all about just when you are speaking something, आप अपने आप को जब एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं, अपनी बात को दूसरे तक पहुंचा रहे हैं, तो आपको कब रुकना है, कब बोलना है, ये आपको बस प्रैक्टिस से आएगा. और कम्युनिकेशन का सबसे बड़ा आधार जो है, सबसे the basic building block which I can say is practice. Nothing more important than practice. The more you speak, the more you rehearse, the better it will become. So the tonality of voice means the modulation. आप कब रुकते हैं, कब बोलते हैं. You read a book और उसमें जैसा, और a comics for example, उसमें जैसा दिया रहता है, उफ, ये भी आप अगर बार बार रिहर्स करेंगे तो शायद आपको बोलने का ये आप में आ जाएगा कि आपको कब रुकना है, कब बोलना है, कितना पिच पे बोलना है. We have
another question is
Dr.
Ankita Srivastava.
Yes. Ankita Srivastava. How to be more confident. How to be more confident while talking. Ankit, Ankit Srivastava. Ankit,
Yeah.
the most important thing while talking is be confident. आप confident कैसे रह सकते हैं? सबसे पहले अपना anxiety को आप control करेंगे. ठीक है, आप एंजाइटी, अगर आपको पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करना है, आप कभी भी ये मत सोचिए कि ये एक परफॉर्मेंस है which I am going to give. ठीक है, आप ये सोचिए कि ये कॉन्वर्सेशन, जहां भी बात करने जा रहा है, you just think that it is just a conversation. It is not a performance. You just don't worry about the outcome कि अगर मैंने खराब बोला तो क्या होगा, अगर मैंने अच्छा बोला तो क्या होगा. एकदम ये चीज आपको सोचना ही नहीं है बोलने से पहले. Just be fluent. और जैसे ही वहां से जवाब आने लगता है ना, आप खुद में देखिएगा कि you will become very friendly with your audience. And when you will become friendly with your audience, आपका डर अपने आप चला जाएगा and you will feel more confidence and control your anxiety. आप स्पोर्ट्समैन को देखिए, वो क्या करते हैं, गाना सुनते हैं कुछ भी परफॉर्मेंस के पहले, ठीक है, एक सॉफ्ट म्यूजिक प्ले करते हैं, वो उसको सुनते हैं. तो why? Because just to control their anxiety, right? Dr. Nidhi Agarwal is here. Madam, how can we improve our communication skill while taking virtual classes? Okay, Dr. Nidhi, according to me, virtual classes जब आप लेते हैं तो ये तो सबसे अच्छा, it is very easy to improve your communication skill. Why? Because you are not having an audience in front of you. So आपका आधा डर, आपका fear तो वहीं चला जाता है जब आपके सामने audience नहीं है. जब आपके सामने कोई नहीं है जो आपको दिखे कि वो कैसा रिएक्ट कर रहा है, तो आपका आधा डर तो वहीं चला जाता है. और उसके बाद you prepare your thing and then you start speaking fluently. Okay, you practice once, you rehearse once and you speak. It will help you a lot. And virtual classes में तो in fact बहुत का communication skill easily improve हो सकता है. और कोई है क्वेश्चन सर?
Yes, ma'am. How to be more confident while talking?
This I think I discussed just now.
Yeah.
I discussed this.
What is the Silpi Dubey to? What is impact of share environment on shaping personality? Shaping personality, ma'am. What is impact of share environment on shaping personality?
पर्सनालिटी शेप करने में सर सब योर नेम शिल्पी दुबे. ओके, सो हाँ, हम लोगों ने जैसे बात किया कि पर्सनालिटी शेप करने में देयर आर a number of things that has an impact on your personality. Okay, so a shared environment also has an impact. How? Because with that, just a second, it refers, what is first shared environment? It actually refers to the environment and influences that have the effect, that have an effect on you. For example, your shared family experiences, your peer groups, or you are having, it has a very deep impact on your personality. दो siblings भी अगर हैं तो वो दो siblings एक ही माँ बाप के दोनों बच्चे हैं, लेकिन एक दूसरे स्कूल में पढ़ रहा है. मान लीजिए एक ऐसे स्कूल में जहाँ उसको दूसरे तरह का एनवायरनमेंट है और एक दूसरे तरह के एनवायरनमेंट it has a deep impact. So the environment, the shared environment that one has a deep impact on the personality of a person. How it shapes your personality, उसका बहुत ज़्यादा असर होता है एक individual पे. But as I said, हम लोग वहाँ नहीं रुक सकते हैं. It can obviously and at any point of time it can be polished and refined and it can be changed. ठीक है, environment जरूर हमारे ऊपर बहुत बड़ा impact रखता है, लेकिन it can be changed, it can be refined, it can be polished.
Any question from participant? Any question? Hello everyone. Any question?
If anybody has any question, please you can put forward.
Ma'am, एक question है. How to the good confidence to talk another people? We sharing the feeling, but people are not understand them. Confidence how low? So what to do? When confidence is so low, तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए?
आपका मतलब है कि जब हम लोग किसी से कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं और हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस लो है, जिसकी वजह से हम अपने आप को प्रॉपरली कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. यही राइट सर. इसका एक ही चीज है सर, अगर हम सबसे पहला कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्टअप करना है. बिल्टअप करने के लिए क्या करना है, हम जब किसी से कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं तो कभी ये हम नहीं सोच करके बैठेंगे कि सामने वाला हमको कैसे ले रहा है, कैसे समझ रहा है, इस बात का आउटपुट क्या होने वाला है. या ये नहीं समझना है हमको कि इसका इम्पैक्ट उस पे क्या पड़ने वाला है. जस्ट समझिए इस चीज को सर कि एक ये कॉन्वर्सेशन है और इस कॉन्वर्सेशन में हमको एक पार्ट लेना है. आप उसको जितना बड़ा बना करके सोचेंगे उतना हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल नीचे जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई एम गोइंग फॉर अ पब्लिक अपीयरेंस, एक स्टेज पे हमको बोलना है, तो हम कभी भी यह ना सोचे कि कितने लोग हमको सुन रहे हैं और वो ईच इंडिविजुअल का मेरे लिए क्या रिएक्शन होने वाला है. वो क्या बोलेगा कि हम अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, हम बुरा बोल रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं. We should not ever think about it. Just prepare yourself and speak up to the point. अपनी बात को आपको रखना है, ठीक है. और उसके बाद अगर आप सिर्फ अपने तक सीमित रहेंगे और अपनी बात को रखेंगे, ये ना सोचते हुए कि सामने वाले का क्या रिएक्शन है, तो आप अपने आप में ही इतना engrossed हो जाएंगे, if I can say, that will develop your confidence in yourself. उसके बाद आप सोचेंगे ही नहीं कि इसका क्या होने जाना है, और believe me, then your conversation will be very fluent. तो आप इस चीज से आपको एक कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्टअप हो सकता है, और कॉन्फिडेंस जब बिल्टअप हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद आई बिलीव कि सामने वाला आपकी बात को समझ पाएगा. यू शुड इफ यू हैव नॉलेज, अगर आप में सब्जेक्ट मैटर आपका स्ट्रॉन्ग है, तो अपने आप ही एक कॉन्फिडेंस आपको वो वैसे भी दे देता है. कम्युनिकेशन की जहां तक बात है, जस्ट डोंट केयर एंड डोंट बॉदर अबाउट इट्स इम्पैक्ट. कभी मत सोचिए कि सामने वाले पे क्या असर पड़ने वाला है, इसका आउटकम क्या होने वाला है. आपका आधा एंजाइटी, आधा स्ट्रेस वहीं खत्म हो जाता है.
Any question? Nivedan sir, we can conclude the session.
Yes, one question is there from YouTube.
Yeah.
On chat box.
Yes.
How communication play important role in organization?
How communication plays an important role in?
How grave win communication plays important role in organization.
Okay. It plays a very important role, sir. होता क्या है, इट इज दो तरह का कम्युनिकेशन होता है एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में. वन इज योर फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन एंड वन इज योर इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ठीक है, तो इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन टेक्स मेनी फॉर्म. It can take the form of this grapevine which we are talking. There are very gossips or such similar things that goes on in an organization. So grapevine communication actually at times leads to build up किसी का भी एक जो वो होता है character स्पेसिफाई करना, डिफाइन करना, एक मैटर को पोर्ट्रे करना, इन चीजों में बहुत ज्यादा वो रोल प्ले करता है. बिकॉज एट टाइम्स थिंग्स आर misinterpreted, things are wrongly communicated through this grapevine communication, but it is not always bad also. Grapevine communication at times serves the purpose also, बहुत अच्छा काम भी करता है, आपको आगे ले जाने में भी कई बार ये बहुत ज्यादा मदद करता है. And it is something that cannot be avoided in any organization. It has to happen. ठीक है, फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन तो चलता ही रहता है, जो लेटर्स से, मेल से एंड नोटिसेस से सर्कुलेट होता है, बट इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ग्रेपवाइन कम्युनिकेशन, दैट इज आल्सो ऑलवेज देयर इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड इट हैज अ डीप इम्पैक्ट. बहुत ज्यादा वो इम्पैक्ट करता है. एट टाइम्स इट्स फॉर गुड, एट टाइम्स इट्स फॉर बैड.
चैट बॉक्स में एक क्वेश्चन है, does the age factor is also responsible for fear?
हाँ जी.
Does the age factor is also responsible for the fear?
Age factor is also responsible for the fear. No, I cannot say this, sir. ऐसा मेरा मानना नहीं है कि age factor is responsible for one who has been into it throughout, जो हमेशा रहा है, जो हमेशा बोलता आया है. In fact, with age it becomes better, I feel. ठीक है, we have seen people, we have seen great speakers, great philosophers जो बोलते आए हैं, और and with age they have actually become to do with communication. It's just your knowledge, it's just your level of confidence that matters. Age has nothing to do. You can become a very good speaker, and people are very good speakers even at the age of 70, 75 or 80. And you can see people who are 21 years of age or 30 years of age and still they are facing stage fear. Okay, so it has nothing to do with age according to me.
So, Nivedan sir, we can conclude the session. Nivedan sir, you can audible?
Sir, hello. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir, we can conclude.
We can okay. Thank you for giving a nice lecture, ma'am, on the mastering the art of communication, and this very illuminating lecture for us. We learn a lot from your presentation. We shall adopt these thoughts for communication behavior also. Thank you so much from the behalf of ARKA University, and also thankful to every participant and faculty for attending this webinar on YouTube also, and this platform, Zoom platform also. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Salim.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for